Hi guys, welcome. So in this video, I want to share with you my story and why I love travel a lot. Hi, my name is Esther. I am a travel consultant, a cultural enthusiast, and a tour operator. And before I go on, if this is your first time of seeing my channel, I'm so happy that you're here. And I really like to ask that you nicely hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for all the love and the support. You mean a lot to me, and thank you again for coming up on my video. All right, with no further ado, this is my story. I am a very open-minded woman. I love to explore, I like to try new things, but I didn't know how much I wanted to until I started doing this and found so much happiness and fulfillment in anything that has to do with travel. So it is more than a business to me. It is like a way of life. It is it is something that whenever I do, I feel like I'm connected to the inner part of me. I don't know how to explain it. I think the best way I can explain this is Moana. You see how connected Moana is to the water? You know, I don't like to be stagnant in one place. When I move and I see new people, I see new culture, I see new places, I have this amazing feeling that I can't explain. My love for languages grew when I started going to different places around Nigeria. Travel is actually very big. It's vast. It's a component of different units that makes up this very big part of human nature and life in general. And it's soothing to know that I chose this particular field for myself. So every time I feel like I'm on a journey, even if I'm not moving, I feel like I am transiting. I feel like I am moving from one particular place in my heart, in my spirit, in my soul, and in the physical. And it's so soothing to know that I decided to choose it as a means of my livelihood. Aside the fact that I got scammed, which of course I have a video about that. That was the negative part that influenced my travel interest. But the positive part that influenced my travel interest was first my parents, my dad, my mom, they travel. My mom used to be part of this international business women and all. They were part of the first ladies that started bringing human hair into Nigeria. Yeah, my mom is part of that. So any kind of hair you want to think of, my mom has rocked it. So because of the organization and the line of her business at the time, she traveled a lot. And then when she comes back and tells us a story of how she enjoyed the traditional part of India, of how Dubai people are nice, of the other parts of these places that they don't show us, but it's actually real, I just sit down and I just coil and I'm like this, listening to her, and it's just amazing. So my dad didn't really tell much of his travel stories because he is a seaman, so he is always on the high sea and all. So his own stories were more of work, struggle. Ah, you hardly hear very interesting story aside from work from my dad. But my mom had all the juicy stories, like the shopping, like everything was sweet from my mom's side of the travel story. So it kind of made me interested. But from my dad, I was interested because I wanted to know how big really the oceans are. Because right from when I was just a child, I The first time I saw a map, I was so surprised that as big as this land is, like oceans have more space on this earth than land, like by far, you know. So I wanted to know why, and the fact that my dad had such a cool job, I always wanted to, like, go on a voyage with him when I came of age, because there's this thing my dad used to do. His children, he wants us to know the value of hard work. So once you are matured enough, he takes you on a voyage. So you follow him to one of his voyages and see how it is on the high sea. So when it was my turn, I started like pestering my dad, like, when would you take me on a voyage? Like, when will I follow you and explore the big seas and the big oceans? But my dad did not want to take me there and did not take me there. So I was very, very, very not happy about it, but I never spoke about it. But the good thing is, I understand why. He didn't do it because he feels like I'm a woman, I'm soft, and I'm not good for the hard life that goes on back there. But the reason why I really wanted to go was because I wanted to see another part of the world that I am not used to, you know. I'm used to seeing lands, houses, and stuff, but I've never really understood how it feels like to look your left, to look your right, and all through there are no humans, no, just body of waters. I wanted to see how it is going to make me feel. Will I be afraid? Will I be excited? I wanted to know, and this is one of the reasons why I really wanted to follow my dad, but he did not allow me to follow him. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We have moved on. My parents did land, air, and land, air, and sea kind of traveling. So they have this full experience when it comes to travel. And I just wanted to take up from where they stopped, or where they are. My parents will not stop traveling. We're not really traveling. We'll still travel. Okay. So I then decided that I will be booking flights for people. Not because I myself couldn't afford to book flights for me at the time, but I wanted to just feel like, okay, even if I can't go, at that time it was not a business. Like, I haven't started traveling as a business at all. Traveling was just um, a point of interest in my life. I didn't even have any direction. I just wanted to do it because since I didn't have the money to travel, when I book for people, I feel like I am also traveling with them. I don't know if it makes sense, but trust me, it makes sense to me. So I started booking a lot, and anytime I see the plane moving on the air, I'm sure most people have this same experience to when they were going on. I always imagine myself on it and just gallivanting the whole earth. But I didn't take anything seriously. I was just there doing my thing until I had the opportunity to start going to other states. When I moved to Port Harcourt for a while, I was still very young then, but I know that this was a new place, new language, new colors of the downfall, new colors of everything was different from Lagos. I have lived almost all my life in Lagos State, and I go sometimes to Benin and all, but I've not really gone to any other state aside Port Harcourt at the time. That was the moment I knew that staying in one particular place is not really good for me. I don't want to stay in one particular place. I want to see how people live their life outside of my own normal life. I want to see how people relate. I want to see how they act and all. And so from there, I started moving to other states when I was old enough to do that. I started exploring, but I wasn't exploring for the gram. I wasn't exploring for people to know what I'm doing. I was exploring because it was more like a self-discovery time. And I didn't even know. I'll just go somewhere and I find more peace. I feel relaxed and all. When I come back home, I start reasoning differently. And then it brought me to loving books a lot, because now where my finance can take me, books will take me. It started increasing my imagination. Like I could be in this room and close my eyes and feel like I have gone to 5 countries. It's that easy for me right now because I started very early. So I don't feel like I'm just a Nigerian. I feel like I'm a global citizen. And even in Nigeria, I don't feel I'm just an Edo girl. I feel like I'm also a daughter of the full ethnic groups in Nigeria. I don't feel like I come from just one place. I feel like I'm connected to every place. I don't know if it makes sense, but this is my truth. So where it really dawned on me was when I went to Enugu for my youth service. So we're in a camp in Ogu. Now, oh god, Ogu camp in Enugu is one of the most beautiful atmosphere I felt for the first time. So my room, I've forgotten the name of my room. My bed, my room, everything was like a perfect plan. I had a fantastic time in Ogu camp in Enugu. Now, my bed was close to the window. I was in the up bunk, and my bed was facing the mountains. And every night, the moon comes and stand on top of the mountain, and then you see birds. You see, you hear those sounds. It was amazing. Like I kid you not, I had I had a swell time in that camp because every night I hardly even sleep and I don't feel tired or stressed out in the morning. I feel I can just stare at the moon, stare at the mountains, wonder how it was like 2000 years ago, how people were living in this kind of place before. My mind just keep on wandering. And then I asked someone in the camp that, can I go hiking? It was a weird question because most of the people around there were, I don't know why, they were kind of afraid of the place. But I felt drawn to the place. Like I felt like there was gold waiting for me at the top of that mountain. But the mountain was a lot. And because of security, and at the time, they were having some security issues in Enugu. So we couldn't leave the camp unescorted, and also I could not go hiking. But as soon as I left camp, I found out that Enugu has lots of caves and mountains, not really mountains, hills, let me not say mountain. And I joined a hiking group called Ikash Trail, and I started going hiking. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like legit, I knew something has moved, something shifted in me when I started doing that. And it was a positive thing, so it we all good. So after I started hiking, that was when I really started having clarity on what exactly I want to do in travel. I want to tour both local and international, not because I have enough money to do it, not because I have I want to make content and all. I noticed that the more I travel, the more I read, the more I explore new places, my my mind opens up. I feel more alive. I feel more connected. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if anybody understands what I'm saying or feels what I'm saying. But all I'm trying to say is I felt something so big and passionate. And that's when I started writing. I started writing all I want to do in the places I want to be. I want to be there and who I want to be and how I want to act and when I want to go. And every time I wrote, I became more clear. And that is when I knew it that this travel thing is for me. Not because I want to make it a means of making money, but because I want to make it a means of living my life to the fullest. Because sincerely, I don't feel like you really live until you've traveled to new places. Know how people act, and it doesn't have to 100% influence how you relate, but it opens you up to a deeper part of life that you will not get if you're sitting in just one place. So that is it. My story when it comes to travel has to do with a place of discovery, a place of spiritual awakening and love. Love for the earth, love for the things on the earth, and love for the people, love for new places. Now, this is the thing I love about myself. When I am doing when I'm doing scary things, my survival instincts come alive. I feel more alive and aware. My ears, my eyes, my body, everything is sharper when I am close to danger. And so a little part of me, I'm going to be very honest, a little part of me like danger because I feel more alive. Like I feel alert. I don't know how to explain it. And that is one reason why I sometimes like to go to and do things that naturally you won't see a girl wanting to do. Yeah, I don't need to tell you all the things I do. If you want to know all the crazy things I do, you can ask me personally, and if I feel like I'll share it with you. But naturally, I'm a very adventurous person, and touring the world is has been a dream for me that I know will be realized very soon. And when I studied more and get to know more about the earth, how it works, and the components on this earth, I got more inspired. So I started doing more of documentaries and watching normal movies. I started doing more of some ethical values of different places. And so there's no year I feel like I'll find myself in this world that I feel like I will not adapt. Because even though I have not been physically present in that place, trust me, I have read something or I've done something related to that place. And even if I can't speak the language, I can connect. Because connection is from a very deep part of of this inner mind that can be expressed at any time. And because I have connected to something so deep, without even being there physically, I feel like I know something about you that we can both relate to. My travel story and my love for travel has been an exciting one of adventure, of love, and of self discovery. Travel is more spiritual than physical, if you ask me. If you're not connected to a space, you would not want to be there for a long time. But if there is something good about a place, I think you'll feel it, and then it makes you open up more, and it's just an amazing feeling. So for me, I am so I'm so in love with anything that has to do with travel, with tourism, with culture, because all of them come together to form who I am. And this is one truth I am so happy to share with you today. And I'd like to know if you have the same thoughts about traveling. If you do, please let me know. And let's see if we can connect on some personal levels. Thank you for staying to this moment. Bye. See you in my next video.